So there's a number of problems that we found our customers have. And one of the things is what we call a manual test problem and crossing into automation. So transitioning from a manual testing organization to an automated organization. So many of our customers tell us we'd love to, we really want to get there. And we looked at this and how our customers mature along the what we call the Qase QA maturity model. So there's multiple stages to this. But if you're a stage one company, you're generally a startup, small company, and your customers are your testers, right? So you just launch your software, you get bugs happen, you fix them really quickly, and you get it out to market, and it's scrappy, okay? And quality isn't really, a strong kind of part of your software development lifecycle, they say, right? In fact, you kind of just ignore it slightly. Then we get to stage two, where you're starting to bring in quality practices into your organization. So you care about quality. You probably have acquired a test management system, and quality is part of your software development lifecycle, right? It's a part where you do agile, waterfall, whatever methodology. It's an endemic part of it. And then stage three is where we see people really kind of becoming mature around the manual testing and then starting to try out automation. There may be automation, someone to test for regression purposes, but writing manual test cases for a new software that you're releasing. And what we call that crossing the chasm, because it's really difficult to go from stage two to stage three, right? This is where we see customers fail and customers having great difficulty in crossing that. And there's multiple reasons, because you think of people generally who've been doing manual testing for a long time have a lack of automated test skills. It's just not something you ever thought about. It's not a skill set that's within the company. And it costs a lot to acquire those skills. So you've got to pay automated testers who, can have quite big salaries in other cases. So then your option is, well, let's take our manual testers and upskill them. And it can be, not always, but it can be very, very difficult I should say, skill sets. Manual testers can be subject matter experts or know your product inside out, very focused on, a process of testing every single variant of the product, really focused on, finding those bugs and getting that quality. Automated testers tend to write code to automate it and do it, okay? And then lastly, you've got your infrastructure requirements, and it can be incredibly costly to set up your own CI/CD environment, your own observability, your own DevOps, all of these kind of functions around automation that are required in order to, I suppose, effectively run an automation type testing environment. So this is where we see people falling or failing in that and falling into that chasm, because it's so hard to go from stage two to stage three.